Friends, evening, hello. This deserves a Trump dance. Can we get a Trump dance? There we go. Not, yeah, there we go. I like that. Listen, let's talk about some stocks. I'm drinking the juice on, and what a day. But, obviously, first off, all the Palantir investors, congratulate yourself. We're going to talk about Palantir, but first off, obviously, for all the people that said that we were crazy, that Palantir would never go to 40, never go to 50, never go to 60, and never said it would go to 70. Eat crow in your face, yada na 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 boo boo. Here we go. So today, what a day in the market. Obviously Palantir broke another record today. I mean, the last 3-4 months of this stock have just been absolutely berserk. But let's talk about SoFi real fast. So I thought this is an interesting moment right now for SoFi because last time we saw, I hate to say the word pullback, but we are seeing a little pullback in SoFi, if we can call this pullback. I mean, obviously SoFi is still extremely high compared to where it's been. But it's just, let's just say it's not doing more at this moment. It's kind of like it's just pulled back a little bit. It's just sitting here for a moment. So, we were almost at 17 last week, and then SoFi went whoa, pulled back a little bit. Now, last time when SoFi did this, okay, when we had this pullback to 1580, 1560, right around this playground, this is when SoFi shot up to 16.5 here. So I think it's safe to say that SoFi is looking for 17. It's looking for 17 on the 18 and $20. I've preached that here many times, and I'm going to continue to do that because SoFi is looking for a $20 range. It's going to find it. It's going to get it. It's going to happen. Okay. And just as we're seeing this walk up with SoFi, we're seeing this is a good pullback. I mean, this is good. I like slow progression. I like that. I don't like when things move too fast. I mean, slow and steady wins the race, and that's what SoFi has been doing here since we've really been going here since, beginning of October. And it's just been, it's been fast compared to like the last 3-4 years with SoFi, but it's been nice, just a slow progression here going up. So, this might be it. This might be your buy-in right here. I don't know. This is the new low for SoFi. This might be as bad as it can get right now, which is great if you've already bought in. But if you're still like, maybe SoFi go to 14 to 13, maybe $12. Friends, I was saying that when it was at 13, 14 bucks, maybe it would go to 10 bucks. It's just, I truly believe SoFi it's captured investors' attention. It's in the zeitgeist. And not only does it have all the right things backing it when it comes to money, earnings, deals, but it also has the movement, the zeitgeist, and that's what is really helping it just stay at a very aggressive stock right now. So that's kind of my thing on SoFi. I think it's about to shoot up again. I think it's going to go into $16.50 to $17 here very soon, unless we see some pullback in the market. But the market's still not wanting to pull back. We're not seeing pullback in the market right now. So talking about Palantir, obviously I'll go into DJT here, but Palantir, listen, there's not too much I do want to focus on here other than what I've already said. Palantir going into the NASDAQ, last earnings was amazing. Alex Karp has been leaving breadcrumbs nonstop and saying, Palantir, A of all, has truly no real competition. Sky's the limit. That's number 2. Number 3 is that, we've got things coming that, are going to blow people's mind here, like this coming year. And we've seen the progression of Palantir just get thicker and thicker here. And, this is not a situation here where Palantir is going to show signs of weakness anytime soon. It's going to continue to grow. This situation with Palantir getting into the S&P 500, S&P 500 obviously too, but NASDAQ now on the NASDAQ, this is driving more money into Palantir right now. It's just driving more money that was already like a train full of money. We're just still shoving money on the train here, but Palantir's going full throttle, just like, they're chunking coals in it right now. So, from this point, we were saying Palantir was going to go to $70 2 weeks ago, okay, because we knew about the NASDAQ situation. Palantir at this point, aggressive pull up today. From $66 to, at $71 and some change a day at one point here around, midday today. So with that, we've hit 70. If we hit 70, we can hit 80. And this is what we're going to see here. We're going to see this continuation of a slow progression into $100 with SoFi. 100, like I've preached with SoFi about this $20, $30 movement. I think SoFi is gonna be $30 by the summer of 2025, if not sooner. But I'm shooting long there. That may not be long for some people, but it is for me. Palantir here, I don't know when this $100 price target's gonna hit, but it's coming. It is coming. We are seeing $100. And listen, when I say $100, I have plenty of friends and people on YouTube that like $100 is downgrading it. So listen, in my heart of heart, I know Palantir is going past $100. Okay, so for the people commenting like it's going more than 100, I get that. But you know, of course, when I say these things, people go, I get what people are saying. Okay, but we know 100 is coming. That is coming because Palantir is getting into a whole new situation this coming year where it is highly unpredictable where it's going to go with earnings. It's highly unpredictable where more deals are going to surface with the company and what they're going to bring to the table here. And those are all expensive unknowns right now, which is driving up the price with Palantir. You got to pay to play right now with Palantir. It is no joke out here with this company. It's going to continue to rise. And here's the situation too. And you know, this is a key thing that you see in a lot of companies. CEOs play a big part in companies. Just like Tesla's got Elon, you know, SoFi's got Anthony. Anthony talks like he shows his face. And then you got Palantir here with Alex Karp. Alex doesn't mind doing interviews. Alex doesn't mind talking. Alex doesn't mind, boosting up Palantir and, investors. He doesn't mind doing it. I like it. I think it's good. But he loves his company. He talks positive things. When you have a CEO of a company that doesn't talk, that should be fearful for you. That should be a real problem. Or a company that's constantly going through different CEOs and board members. That's a red flag right off the bat. I've been that was early on in my investment career where I was like, why this is weird. You never hear from this CEO or they're constantly changing board members. Red flag right there. But we're not seeing that. We're seeing progression in Palantir with all the above here right now, with investor relationship, with growth in the company, not only in money but customers, what they are as an AI company with their bread and butter, what they produce for their customers. You're seeing this progression constantly take place. Essentially every few months here we're getting big updates with Palantir, and we're getting into situations right now where it's Palantir is still, I dare say, affordable to most general people. Even if you're buying fractional shares, you can probably snatch up one share somewhat fast. It may take you a month, but you can get in the game. You can get one share. It's still out there, a situation to grab. But Palantir is going to get very expensive here very soon. So the road to $100, I think, is coming sooner than we think. And then we're going to be in a conversation where we're like, well, can it go to 150? Can it go to 200? Imagine, 7 to 8 months from now, we're having a conversation where we say, I wonder if Palantir can hit 180 by December of 2025. That might be a real conversation we're having here soon. Imagine if these next quarterlies come out with Palantir and they're even bigger than what their last quarterlies were, which were their biggest quarterlies, totally unexpected, totally crushing expectations. I think it was over 30% gain. I didn't even write it down, but it was over that. Listen, these AI stocks right now, they're not playing by the rules. They're making their own roads. We have seen so many AI stocks this year just go like, whatever. We're making new revenue. We got all the money and we're taking the market can either come with us or not, but we're leading the charge. That's what we're seeing with these AI companies, and Palantir is right in that conversation. If anybody's wondering what my long-term goal with Palantir is, I've talked about this, and people are very 50-50 on this. I get it, and some people get very upset when I say this, and I get why, but listen, I've said this, but The long-term goal here, obviously, with Palantir is accumulate as much as I can. You know, accumulate much as I can at different stages. I have Palantir at different stages. I think a lot of us may have that. But obviously, the long-term goal with Palantir is to get caught in some sort of stock. And I think this is for the general investor. This is for the guy who can afford 5, 10, 20, even if it's like, even if you got like $1,000 in Palantir, this still goes right into the conversation we're all having together here. Your hope and your dream right now is that you can accumulate as much Palantir as humanly possible, okay? Then a year from now, 2 years, maybe by 2026, 2027, Palantir gets so expensive, you know, it turns into a $500, $600, $700, $800 stock. Okay, we're dreaming right now. We're dreaming. We can dream. Let us dream. We're talking about something really special and that keeps growing here. Okay, Palantir, 2 years from now, comes out. Stock is crazy expensive. They say, hey, we're gonna do a 10-for-1 split. Okay, this is where people get very upset when I say this. That's where people become really rich overnight, okay? Because here's what's gonna happen. Okay, say 2 years from now, you've accumulated maybe 10 shares of Palantir. I'm going low here. I'm going low just for the general person. Now multiply those 10 shares by 10, okay? You have one. If you got 1 share, you're gonna get 10 more. You got 2, you got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. Okay, here's where we go. So Palantir goes back to an affordable price. Maybe it goes back down to $100, okay? Now, with that, you're still at the same price target. You've got more shares, but you're at the same price target. We all agree that's mathematically right. What's gonna happen? Well, Palantir's just gonna keep going up. It's gonna keep growing. When a stock does a split, it doesn't mean that it's never gonna grow again. 4 years ago, Tesla had one of their first big splits. I got caught up in it. Then what happened? People said, well, it's not gonna split again anytime soon. It split again 2 years later. And then people got caught in that one. Okay, companies do this more than you think. Nvidia's had tons of splits. I mean, like they had one this year, but they've had plenty more before this. This is a natural element that takes place in the market, okay? It's about finding the right opportunities. Palantir will have a split. That will come. That day will come. It's just who's going to be caught up in it. Who's going to have the patience and the loyalty to stay with Palantir to be in that situation. So if you get yourself caught up in a stock split with Palantir, God willing, maybe you hold the stock for another year and it moves around another 30%. Maybe the split takes it down to $100. 6 months from that split, it goes to $130, $120. Okay, well then all those new shares you've accumulated, they're all going at that. You see where I'm going here? This is how people become stinking rich in one stock, okay? One company. With how many shares you can accumulate and have it split and split. Just like I said about Tesla. Tesla's done two splits in the past 6 years, I think at this point. If I can remember correctly, I didn't look this up. I'm just going off my head here. Ones I got caught up in. I think that's right. I'm sure someone will nicely tell me if it's not. But that is something to really think about. Like splits aren't rare. They're not rare. They're just getting into the right opportunity. It's not like winning the lottery. It's just getting in at the right price target to where you can ride the wave of it, okay? This stuff happens all the time. Apple has a stock split every 4 to 5 years. Nvidia is going to have another stock split. Apple has stock splits. I mean, like, you know, Amazon, they all do it. This is kind of where you need to think long term, okay? If you realize this, that Palantir, if you accumulate enough of this stuff and you get caught up in that, this could literally equal some people's retirements, a 20-year retirement, depending on how much capital you can put in the stock right now, okay? Think about that. And who knows, maybe 5 years from now, after, you know, say 2 years we get caught in a stock split with Palantir here, okay? Then say 2.5 more years from that, you know, 5 years, 4.5, 5, whatever, you know, Palantir really hits a stride. Maybe they become even bigger than we can imagine at this point. Maybe they're like Nvidia big. Friends, think outside the box with this stuff, okay? I said, when people leave comments, I go like, what are you talking about, man? Dream a little. Think a little. Have faith in what you're doing. Be excited. Okay, so that's my argument right now with Palantir. Don't look at this as like, maybe by the end of December, if it goes to 75, I'll sell out and I'll take all that money and I'll put it somewhere else. I wouldn't touch a freaking dime from Palantir. I would be trying to consume as much as I could get. I would be every 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100, I would be plowing it into Palantir. Okay, there's something going on here, very rare, very lucrative. Please do not miss opportunity like this. This is a golden opportunity. Okay, all right, DJT. Let's talk about DJT. DJT here, Trump Media, Trumpy Wumpy's company here, the face of it, Truth Social. The stock is doing something very interesting, and so far I have, after the election, I have hit this stock completely wrong. I'm eating the crow. I'm completely wrong. I thought by now that this stock would sell off a lot more. I thought it would. I thought people would get impatient. I thought people would take more profit and get out of Dodge. I thought it would, okay? It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm not sad about it. Problem is, for people that have a game plan here coming up in January, it's getting a little more expensive to play with that plan right now. What we're seeing right now, and this may not, I don't know. I'm watching. This is, listen, like, if you're still in here listening to me yap, please understand that I'm not looking at Trump Media here as a long-term goal at this moment. This is not something that I'm like, I think 5 years from now, this is going to be the biggest media company in the world. We're not having that conversation, okay? I'm talking about what's going to take place here in the next, 45 days, okay? That's what I'm talking about. There's something being set up here. That's what we're talking about. FOMO, don't want to miss out. That's where we're at right now. The stock is slowly rising, okay? This stock is completely unsafe. Please realize that. I mean, look at the 1 month chart here. I mean, it is violent, okay? These last 5 days, we've been seeing a slow walk up, okay? I said this last time I talked about the stock. We're not seeing real sell-off past $28, okay? To $25 to $28, there's a huge buy-in right there. There is a thick wall of orders that have been filled and placed where people are not selling. They're just not, okay? There is a wall that has not been knocked down past those numbers right now, okay? It is holding strong ground right now, Trump Media. So at this moment, if we don't see sell-off in this company within the next, I don't know, 2 weeks, I'm doubtful that we will see anything in the 20s again until after January, okay? So, I think a lot of you know, but, my game plan with this stock was watch people get impatient, watch people take money, and watch them forget about it, and then the stock would sell off to around $15 to $18, maybe mid-20s. That'd be fine. And then somewhere around the end of December, this could still be a game plan, I would buy back in with a huge amount of capital. I would hold that position. I would hold that position till the week of inauguration or after, depending how high the stock goes. Because what I truly believe in my heart, and this is just me, I don't have a magic crystal ball to know this is going to happen or true, but I suspect that week in January, before or after, maybe both, the stock will run really hard. I think that the stock will at least run from $45 easily to $55 guaranteed. Anything over that, $55 to $80 being possible, $100 cherry on top, okay? I think those will be the ranges for January. Now, with that coming out of my mouth here, after the inauguration, I still think things will be moving quite a bit here because Trump Media will be through the freaking roof again. I mean, it will be pandemanium, it's gonna be crazy. Okay, the market's gonna be going crazy. Crypto market's gonna be crazy. Everything is gonna be going wild. We're probably gonna see the S&P 500 go into new highs. Okay, I mean, I'll say it, a lot of people are thinking that the S&P 500 could hit maybe 7, be getting close to 7,000. Okay, I know that is crazy, but you know that's kind of the conversation right now. People are thinking that we can at least get to like 62, 63 in the market by then with the S&P 500. But with that, Trump media is more than likely going to probably run as best it has, if not when it first came, when it got announced that it was going to merge with Digital World here back in 2022. The stock ran right up to $100 for a split second and sold off, but that's when it was Digital World acquisition before it merged this year. It's touched $100 before. We've seen 100. Okay, now I would tell you at that point, before or after the inauguration, don't get greedy, because there will be a sell-off. Okay, I don't know how long this aggression in the stock will last, where it's push, but there will be a sell-off. There will be, because I think I think why we're not seeing that $25, $28 wall being pushed down right now is because they're waiting. You guys are waiting. I know everyone's waiting. We all have the same game plan. We're all talking. I got friends in the market. We all talk. Everyone's doing the same thing right now. The people that are already here, they're comfortable. They're drinking coffee. They're laying by the beach. They got their pina coladas. They're good. It's going to be the people here, like me, that are waiting and going to get left out, or the people that are going to hear about Trump media, or they forgot about it and they're going to come back the week of inauguration, and they're going to start to buy up large amounts of Trump media, which is going to drive up the price. There's not that much food on the dinner table. It's going to get very costly to start eating. So it's going to get wild. So friends, that is that play. After the election, I don't know what is going to happen in 2025 with this stock, with the price action. I do suspect that we could be well into half of 2025, and this stock is still holding a $20 to $30 range on an up and down weekly basis, just because of the FOMO and just the Trump mania. And I don't know what's coming in 2025. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to look like. I know it's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. I suspect that the market will reset somewhere. I don't know. In what I'm about to say, this is no way, shape, or form. So for all the Trump lovers out there, listen. I'm drinking the juice here. Okay, we're all. If you're still listening to the video, you listen to me out. We all know who we went for here. Okay, but I do suspect this is nothing towards Trump, but I think there will be a shock in our system somewhere when these tariffs are put in place. Something will happen where, listen, things are going way too good right now. There's got to be a reset somewhere. Something's going to happen. There's going to be a pullback. Okay, I honestly, God, would love a pullback at this point. Like, I would love a pullback. I mean, I think it'd be great to start off going into the new year. But obviously, I don't want a recession pullback. But something's got to give here. Things are just so high. Now, is that coming? I don't know. But when I'm saying a pullback, I mean, I'm talking about like March, April, maybe, I don't know. But up until January, this is going to keep getting crazier. I believe that 100%. So that is how I see Trump media here. I'm looking at the next 45 days as a play right now with the stock. Okay, that's the best I can tell you right now. I am seeing a wall here, though, that is not being broke. The 25, 28 fellas here, they're not letting go. They're not letting go. They're holding those positions. I know some of you are holding $12, $15, $20 positions. Kudos to you. Good for you. We're not seeing a lot of sellout. I'm proud of this stock. This is quite amazing, to be honest. So, friends, listen, I wish all of you best of luck. It is going to be a wild ride these next 50 days in the market. It is going to be some of the biggest numbers, and I said this too, full circle here. I think if Sofi has the highest chance right now of blowing everyone away by January, the end of it, with the $20 price target, I think that's coming. I may be eating my words. I'll apologize at the end of November if it doesn't happen, or January. But I think by the end of January, Palantir, SoFi, has a huge chance at being a $20 stock. Palantir, probably $80 by that point, but, you know, obviously. Friends, take care of yourself. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.